right, so let's show you this. She's over there with the toys. See, this is what happens when we do play, right? It becomes that's all they want to do. So here's what I'm going to do with her. I'm going to come over here and start messing with this stuff. See how long it takes her to come over here. Her long line's right here, so she ain't going nowhere. I should leave this focused on her instead of on me. Y'all don't want to see my ugly butt walking around. What do we want to do, 3? I'm not even looking at her. Well, I look up underneath my. She's just standing there looking at me. See, like a lot of times, this is where I get the impatience in me happens. Right, so the best thing for me to do, I want her to want to come over here. Oh, she started to come, went to the other toy. See what happens if I sit down. Right, so usually if you back up, get low, she's looking at the frisbee, smelling the ground, going from toy to toy. You're such a good girl, right? Oh, you want some leash work now? Is that what you want, some leash work? You want some leash work? So now here's a rough one, man. Look, she pulls like a mug. And that's what any dog's gonna do when you haven't taught them what you expect when they're on a leash, right? So, so what happens is we keep rewarding the pushing and rewarding the pushing. One, because we're trying to get the dog some kind of exercise. Now, here's something to think about. If they're walking and having to pay attention to you at the same time, they're being even more drained, right? So we have these dogs that are high strung. Give them the intense exercise they need. Be sure and do high intense exercise. Bring it down, settle down. Go up, go down, go up, go down. And I usually try to watch the amount of minutes. I try not to ever go more than 7-10 minutes of intense exercise before I bring them down for 2 or 3 minutes. And usually I don't go that long. It just depends. A lot of times at the start of a stay, I'll go 10 to 15 minutes of play. Then when they settle down, right, then I'll make them settle down like this, right? Give them 2-3 minutes to come down. Then I'll go 7 to 10 minutes when I'm trying to really get that anxiety and energy out, trying to get them, like they're at 150, right? I'm trying to get them down to 25. And the way to do that is more intense exercise, but also some focus stuff, right? You can't wait forever to do the focus stuff. Oh, don't laugh at me, right? So see, look. She wants to go one thing, she's trying to go to the toy. Right? So for one thing, she's trying to go to the toy. Come on. A little bit of pressure, ain't no big deal. Right? It's an outside turn. The farther you go straight, the more you're rewarding that straight, right? Every step forward is a straight. I should probably not be letting her sniff. That's why I usually do this on the path. I just want to do it over here for some reason. She wants to go to the toys. We're going to keep on going this way. Right. Outside turn. The dog's on your outside. Right. Inside turns. The dog is on your inside. Right. I didn't do a full inside turn. I'm just doing a little weird. Just trying to get to that toy, right? Come on, girl. Good. So this is an inside turn. That's what gets them coming back. All right. Outside, you do outside turns until they're paying attention. Inside turns gets them pushing back. Major pullers, you can do inside turns fast first, and walk into them. Right. I don't employ that very often, but it's a strategy, right? She wants to go to the toys. I'm just blocking her with my body. Oh, girl, we're walking over here now. We got to do some leash stuff. We got all these nice little things to walk around, right? We're going forward. Hey, look, 2 steps forward is good, right? You don't have to walk straight for 30 minutes and then 30 minutes back. Good girl. I'm trying to watch. I tend to do sharper turns, so I am trying to watch with her not doing too, I don't know why. It's probably not that big of a deal. Right, so the problem is that people, come on girl, is we want to go, right? We think we have to go straight. You don't have to go straight. You have to get the dog following you, right? Right, and that's going to carry over to other stuff. Let's get it on the bed. You want to take a break? And you should call breaks too. I'm not real big on it. There's some guys walking by over there. Good girl. All right. Oh. How you guys doing? All right. All right. Bring her down, right? A little bit of work. Bring it down. All right. She wanted to take a break. I didn't let her take a break. I tend to usually let these guys take a break. That's a, what is it? A handicap leniency. There's a squirrel over there. Let me make sure this is going. You're a good girl. Look at you. Looking at the squirrel and looking at me. Is your drive satiated from all the flirt pole today? Or has it been enough of making you look at me? Huh? These are questions to pose. No big deal. Nothing a big deal, right? So far what we've been doing is walking in the grass, going around, and when she wants to take a break, I've been letting her take a break. Dogs with all 4 legs, I'm like, nah, dude, we're going. Hey, man, she wants to take a break in the shade, dude, take a break in the shade. I don't care. So here's the conundrum with that, right? Is we wanna respect her and be understanding of her energy with being handicapped, but we don't want to also give into it, right? So dogs that have issues, we want them for as long as necessary to look at us for everything. And then, in other words, you look to me for everything, and then you're going to get more freedom, right? So she's got some problems. I want her looking to me for everything. Usually it's even these breaks, right? But with her, I'm like, she's handicapped. Let's give her a break, right? Typically, I wouldn't allow that. I would do like I did over there. Oh, come on, get a little bit more walking and say, okay, take a break. And a lot of times right here, this is where people sit down and be like, oh yeah, lovey, lovey. She don't need that. Right? The play, the walking, the feeding, that's lovey enough, at least for the start, right? Once you get a good relationship going, then we can get into the whole affection thing. I think. Good girl. All right. She said, well, what are we doing? Are we going? Sure, let's go. Let's do an outside turn right here. Let's see if she hops up on this touchpad. Yeah, good girl. She sniffed it. I would have gave her some food if she would. Yeah, good girl. She's sniffing Raider's pee. Raider pees on everything. Boys with balls. Such a pain in the butt. She did eat her breakfast this morning, right? So that might have been a mistake by me. She didn't eat last night, and so I put it up. And so this morning, after our hour this morning, I gave it to her. What I've been big on here lately is not giving anybody breakfast. There's something flying around out there. You're gonna eat your breakfast outside working, or else it goes into your dinner bowl. With the exception of my puppy, because he's only 6 months. I have the puppies until at least a year old. With the larger breeds, I like to go 2.5 years. Not that I do that many. I'm talking like I've done thousands and thousands of dogs. Come on. There's something about the larger breeds, I feel like. Maybe it's because it's stuff people have told me that they need the 2 times a day a lot longer, right? While their bodies are developing. Whereas little ones, hey man, you hit a year, once a day. Right, so this right here, dude, this right here, this is bonding and this is socializing, right? I don't have to touch her and talk to her all the time. Matter of fact, that probably wouldn't even be good. Right. So inside, she's doing a lot of whining in the back. So like last night, sometimes what I have done in the past is I've gone and I've slept in the room with them for the first day or two, depending on the level of the whining. But I gave her YouTube music. Hi, cute girl. Right? I can talk to her and I can smile at her. Right? I don't have to be all lovey-dovey with her. She's a good girl. Hey, you're a good girl. Mm-hmm. Hey, you're a sweet thing. But I can be. What's up, Mamacita? Now this might even be a bad thing, right? Just being pushy, getting on you. Oh, here. Get off. Off. There you go. Off and push her off. It's a physical consequence, right? They don't know what a word means until there's something physical after it, whether it's sit, hand motion, reward, or it's off, push, leash, whatever. Dogs are physical beings. They understand. Sometimes it helps them for you to show them what it means, right? Like a lot of times with this stupid stuff that I do, I'll try to lure them up on it, right? Because I think luring is the best way, right? I mean, the best way is probably them just choosing to do it and catching it. But that tends to take a long time. So luring, you can go faster. Sometimes when you're trying to lure and it's taking like 2 minutes to get them to lure onto something, why don't you just put their feet on it and show them what you want? You know, big deal. Yeah. A couple quick little pats. How long have we been out here, girl? 12. What time did I bring you out? Oh, 12:30 next week. All right. No. Perfect. Gotcha. Perfect. See y'all next Sat. Right. What you looking at, girl? Do I have anything else to talk about with these guys? What did I say? I was giving her music. You got some little scars upon you, don't you? That's from being a bee. Are you gonna not be a bee anymore from here on out? Never ever again? Never ever ever? Huh? Never ever ever? People are funny, dude. Now look, I put so much crap out here. Like the first 8-9 hours of my day probably get put up on YouTube, right? And when Facebook used to be better about video capture, like here lately, I'll try to video capture sometimes on there, and I gave up on it because so many times it'd be like, oh, we can't video capture, blah blah blah. Like, so I stopped even trying. But I used to put more. But it's always funny to see the way people do things. Like this dude, he's got a tripod like I got mine on, and he's walking around with the tripod like it's a selfie stick. Which I guess that makes sense, right? Why buy a selfie stick and a tripod? Selfie sticks were before tripods, right? I mean, tripods have always been there for photographers and camera people. You want to go walk around the corner now, girl? What time did I bring you out? This is a very underrated thing to do with dogs. I don't... Look, man, that's coming from someone who almost never does it. Here lately I've been better about it. I think because I'm old. I'm running out of gas. I'm about to die. How'd my glasses get crooked? It's your crooked head, that's how. It's your crooked head. Huh? You want to go long line walk around the back? Here, let's turn the... Look, she wants to go play more. As soon as you settle down, girl, you had enough play. Ow. Or I have. One or the other. I broke my dolly. I'm going to have to buy a new one. I need to change her collar to a better one. I mean, this is a good one. I always worry about the ones that don't have locks on them with these dogs that are a little bit wild. Oh my gosh. Alright, dude. I've had enough of you, YouTube. It'll take me another hour when I'm sitting down putting these up. Well, look at you. What you got there, girl? Huh? What you got there, cute thing? A chipmunk?